Michele Theberge, and I'm going to show you how to mix a brown from the 3 primaries. So what I have here is the primaries Quinacridone Crimson, Yellow Medium Azo, and Phthalocyanine Blue. And the reason I chose these 3 colors is because they're the truest to the dead center red, yellow, blue, meaning they don't have as a warm or cool bias. Some blues have a red bias or a green bias, some reds have a blue bias or a yellow bias, and we wanted the truest colors for this exercise. So I'm going to start now. I'm going to give you a head start here because you could play around with this forever, but the head start is you want a dark orange, a reddish orange to start with. So I'm going to take more red than yellow. I'm going to mix it up here and make this beautiful red orange. Just if you're new, I'm going to show you what it would be if it was more of a yellow orange. See, we don't want that so much, although it's a beautiful color. But to make brown, we want more red in the mixture. And you know what? I'm just going to save this to the side because just for kicks, I will make a brown with that and see what happens. Okay, now you notice I'm using the palette knife, really scraping the color up from the bottom of the tray. That's really important. Don't mix with a paintbrush. Paintbrush will just, first of all, ruin your paintbrushes, and you will get all kinds of streaks of color in the paintbrush. Palette knife is a tool that's designed especially for mixing. Okay, so scraping it off, then wiping here. I have to keep the clean palette knife for color mixing. So a lot of residue ends up on the palette knife. By the way, try not to rinse your palette knife in the water. It's so easy to get it clean on a rag, and it's more kind and gentle to the environment to get the paint on the rag. You want it to dry and then dispose of the rag rather than getting in the water and going in the water system, getting washed down the drain. All right, back to the color mixing. I'm going to now add a little bit of the Phthalocyanine Blue. I'm going to just, I call it a twitch, just like the tiniest amount. I can always add more. And I'm going to mix it in and see what happens. And I mix such a small quantity of this color. I should know better. I usually mix much bigger piles of color. That's another thing that my beginning students often do, is they mix such teeny little piles of color and it dries before they even get to paint with it. But that's a nice, rich, kind of chocolatey brown there. I love that color. Beautiful. Browns can go in so many different directions too. So let's see what happens when we add a little blue to this lighter orange. Again, just a little twitch of blue. There is already some brown on the knife. So that's kind of a lighter brown. And it's definitely almost looking like green because there's so much yellow being mixed with the blue. And obviously if you mix yellow and blue, you create green. But that's a nice kind of a goldeny brown. And then you could do something in between. You could take this and mix it with that. And that's very much like kind of a medium brown tone. So browns are fun to mix because there's no right answer for brown. There's just a bunch of different ways that it could go. And just FYI, if you're just starting out, this is the point of departure for skin tones. So if you ever wanted to paint a picture of a person, you can see how you can take these and make all different kinds of skin tone shades. I always mix my skin tones from red, yellow, and blue. So there you have it. We mix some browns.